Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have not filmed in quite some time. I've had a lot of things happen lately, so I've just been busy with work, busy with life, home, and I'll kind of give you an update. This is going to be like an update slash, I've been posting videos, but I filmed those before. This is an update slash, and then I totally forgot to order my freaking pearl palette. Update slash swatch and try on of a new palette. It was going to be the Urban Decay Prince palette. This has come out already. I got mine, of course, from work because that's when it came out for work, and I wanted to get my employee discount. So here it is. So very cute. I listened to Prince when I was a kid. Now, a lot of people that I saw on like the Urban Decay website, they look way too young to be like growing up with Prince. I grew up with Prince. So my older sister liked Purple Rain was her favorite song, and she loved Prince more than I did. For me, like Little Red Corvette, Raspberry Beret, those were my top two favorites of his songs. And then of course Party Like It's 1999, I kind of got traumatized by that because I don't know if anyone that watches my channel knows about the Y2K bug. So I was sophomore in high school in the year was I a sophomore? No, I was a freshman in high school. The year 1999, when it turned 2000. That was actually the year my husband graduated. So no, I was a sophomore. So it was that Party Like It's 1999 song came on the radio for 24 hours. That's insane. So I got kind of sick of it. But now that I listen to it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's not a bad song anymore. I'm okay with it. But anyways, here's the palette. It opens up very different. I like the fact that it has the symbol that he had when he was artist formerly known as Prince. But when you opened it up, now it's got his eye on this side, which is cool, and then a mirror on that side. But I love the colors. The color, like I saw the other one and I was just like, I don't think this is gonna be it. Like I just couldn't do the cool purple, so I opted to get this one, which this palette's called, is this a specific one? I don't know if this has a name. I think it's just Prince. Yeah, this one doesn't have a specific name, but I was just kind of sad because I liked the Raspberry Beret in the other one, and this one doesn't have that. This one has Sexy Dancer, Crystal Ball, and Endorphin Machine. Endorphin Machine. I can't say that name. Okay, Get Off, Love to the Nines, Shockadelica, Groovy Potential, The Artist, Bold Generation, and So Dark. So you have all your colors. I'm not going to swatch this because I feel like swatching doesn't really do anything. I don't know, I feel like swatching, yes, it shows the colors, but I'm just like, the swatches did kind of sell me on it because I got to peek at it before it, launched, so that I can prepare myself when it did launch to buy it, if I really wanted it or not. So we're going to go ahead, and if I feel like I'm rushed, there's a reason why. I'm going to put my Sephora Beauty Amplifier Eye Primer. If I seem rushed and winded, it's because, well guys, I have another puppy. So I haven't introduced you to my other puppy, who we got in end of December. So if you don't know, I think I updated this channel about it. I recently, like in November, lost my dog Jujubee. She has been on this channel way back when I was discovering CBD oil for her epilepsy. Now, I didn't choose to do epilepsy medicine because she's so small and she was gonna have issues with it because, I don't know, it's just, I had a fear of it at the time. So we did CBD oil, which actually helped really well. So bring my brushes over here. So we did that option, but she was epileptic her entire life, and unfortunately she passed away from the epilepsy. She developed a tumor in her, I think it was a tumor or a lesion in her brain or spine, because she became paralyzed, and then, like with her legs, and then it traveled up to, she was paralyzed from the neck down. So unfortunately, she was really sick. She was peeing herself. She looked really bad. She was having like constant like state of seizure. So we had no choice but to put her to sleep. But it was a good decision because she was very sick. Because even the vet was like, she is extremely sick. There's no saving her. They could do chemo, but it might not do anything. Because she's so small, and it seems like it was so aggressive that they couldn't do anything about it. So November was a hard month for us, but then we decided, sorry, I'm going to take So Dark, which is the black shade in this palette. So we decided as a family that we really do need to help my older dog, because my older dog she's going to be 15 this year. So I was just kind of like, she can't be alone. She just can't be alone. I feared for her to be alone. So we ended up trying to see if we could find a dog. And my husband and I agreed that we wouldn't get another Chihuahua, because I just didn't want to feel like I was replacing her. So we ended up looking at, he asked a friend of his if he knew any breeders of any dogs, and we found one that was a pug breeder. And me and my husband always, when we were dating, always wanted a pug. Before we decided with my older dog, Chalupa, we actually found her. I think his friend sold her to us. Gave her to us. Me and my husband were engaged at the time. We're actually about to be engaged, because we got her in December of 2006. And we were already engaged. Yeah, sorry. I'm getting old, my memory's going. So anyways, yeah, we ended up getting Chalupa, and we've had her since. You know, we've had her our entire marriage. We've had her with the kids. You know, the kids grew very attached to her. I just worried she was going to get depressed because of, oh, and I'm taking Love to the Nines, which is a nice crease shade. Yeah, I'm not using it in the crease. I use it to blend things out. But, yeah, my kids and us as a family decided to get another dog, which we got Guillermo. If you don't know who, I mean, I haven't introduced Guillermo on the channel yet. It's kind of hard to get him to stay still. But Guillermo is a black pug, which we got from a breeder in north of the state, which she's really sweet. So what's funny is Guillermo was actually born a day after Jujubee passed away. So I felt like that was a very big sign for us to move forward. Sorry, I'm like, my phone is going off right now. Oh, I sent the breeder pictures of our newest puppy. So anyways, yeah, we got her Guillermo, and then we hoped that would help Chalupa, my older dog, with things, but it actually, she was irritated with him. And I know she misses her sister, because they were like inseparable. They were always together, they slept together, they did everything together. So losing Jujubee was probably the worst thing that could happen to her. But Guillermo kind of was irritating her, so we're like, this isn't gonna work. And we tried it for a while, and then we decided we're probably gonna need another dog. And then she posted a brindle pug, and I was like, I need him so that he could have, and it was a boy, so that way they can be brothers together. And right now, that's why I feel a little rushed explaining that part. He's asleep so far. I'm taking Sexy Dancer, which is a matte brow bone. Y'all know I love that. That's actually my sole decision in getting this palette, because I had a crease shade, dark shades, shimmer shades, everything that I needed. And I'm trying to make those decisions on palettes these days, because I don't want to like waste money on eyeshadow palettes that I know I won't use anymore. But I will continue my series, and I apologize that sometimes my series, in my birthstone series, that I am late on my videos. That's what I've been up to lately. I'm going to take an endorphin machine, which is that gold. There's a yellow gold and then there's like a bronze gold, and I'm going to use my finger. I'm actually going to place this guy in the center of the lid because I kind of wanted to do something of that nature today. I just wanted a sultry eye, and this, I can envision several looks from this palette, so I was like, yeah, that's why I'm going to get it. Because I really was not for this palette because it just looked lackluster. Being someone that grew up with prints, I was just like, really? Where are the lipsticks, Urban Decay? So that's the one point that I am a little upset about, is where are the lipsticks? There are no lipsticks. I would have loved Little Red Corvette as a red lipstick, because they do need to release some limited edition lipsticks like they used to. I had the Game of Thrones ones. Unfortunately, that's 2 years old now, and I haven't used lipstick in a year, so I'm like, I have to throw a lot of lipsticks out. I didn't throw that one out. I just kept it because I wanted to be, you know, sentimental about it, I guess. Alright, next step, we need primer. So I'm going to get my Touch in Sol No Problems. No Problem. So anyway, yeah, I've been busy with work too. I have been in a gift with purchase again, which they threw another gift at me, which is fine because we ended up doing really well. So I was very excited to be successful there with my counterpart at the counter, because we are a pretty good team. I've always been lucky to have good people on my teams as far as me being in management. So that I absolutely love. Oh, if you're wondering what foundation I'm using, and I need to be a little bit more aware of this, I need to do more Get Ready with me so you can see the full updated decision on my makeup choices. So this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Max, and this one is a full like it covers everything. I'll show you. Demonstrate on my tattoo here because I have excess. So I have this tattoo here, and if you don't know, this is my daughter and my son, and my daughter's gone. So that's the coverage. Oh, it's so hard to, there you go. That's the coverage. So it covers an entire tattoo. That's how heavy coverage it is. So I always, since I can't do makeup yet on people, I tend to use my tattoos to show the coverage, or how to build coverage, or how to help with covering a dark spot. So my tattoos have come in handy there. My skin's just been a little crazy lately just because mask, but luckily, if you're fully vaccinated, now we're allowed to not wear masks. So I'm a little cautious with that one. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I just don't want to bring anything home to my kids. So, but I've been kind of comfortable with it a little more. So I feel like I can skip the mask. So yeah, I've been loving that foundation specifically. Sorry, my phone is going off. It's just my husband. Yeah, and then concealer wise, I've still been using my Born This Way concealer, but I feel like this one's a little on the yellow side. So I did in my, because I do get gratis for Estee Lauder during our gift time. So I ordered last time in my March gift, which was my very first one. I did order the concealer because a lot of my clients really like it, and I'm like, I need to try it. I actually need to do it. I have to touch and feel the product if I want to like it. But yes, I absolutely love working for Estee Lauder, and well, I still work for Macy's, but I run the Estee Lauder counter at Macy's, so something I never thought I would do, just because I've always been the trend person, the person that does all the Urban Decay, all that stuff, but I still, you know, have a love for that trend counter, which my friend actually runs now. We've gotten a lot closer, so it's really nice because she shows me what she's getting, and then, you know, I always help her out, so it's really cool. I feel like my work has an excellent camaraderie. We're all very, like, not competitive, but like very uplifting to each other, but it's nice to have like friendly competition in the department, because I always go, you know, I have to be number one, I have to do this, I have to do that. I always like to just shine, so I try not to overdo it though. Alright, this is actually a discontinued product from Estee Lauder, but I found it at TJ Maxx. So it's like, a lot of my customers are like, this is the matte, this is the blotting one. It's called a double matte bow control pressed powder. I'm kind of wary about using this all over my face because I've been dry in this area because of the mask. But a lot of people have been asking me, all my customers ask me if I still carry this, and I'm like, no, I do not. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued, so I'm going to be using it today. So anyways, trying to find my brushes. You use this to kind of set my under eye. I don't want to be too matte today. That's why I'm like, do I really want to put this all over my face? But I'm going to use it under my eyes because I feel like that area needs a little bit more mattifying. And then I'll use it on my forehead. See how that looks. I always test if, like, I'm not sure about a powder. I always test on my forehead because I do get a lot of pores up there. And you know what? I'll just go ahead and put it there. I'm trying to see if I hear my puppy crying because he was asleep, so I'm going to have to check. I'm having a lot of issues, like texture issues on this side of my face. I don't know why, but I'm going to probably use a different powder to set that side. I don't know. Use the rest of my Too Faced powder. Anyways, yeah, so I have 2 new puppies, and I've been so busy with work that I don't even know what to do with myself, but my husband's been really supportive in that aspect because he's like, it takes a lot of hard work to get, you know, successful in that. I mean, he's been a manager. He was a manager for like 15 years or so. Gosh, we lost count of things. But yeah, he's super supportive. All right, moving forward, we're going to be using an IT brush here. This is an old IT brush. And I kind of want to use the Artist, which is this purple. Here, excuse me. Or, because, you know, I always like to use the entire palette. So yeah, we'll use the Artist. And I'm going to use the baby mirror here. And we're going to create a purple halo on this bottom part here. So far the pigment is quite impressive. It was easy to blend. Not hard at all. So anyways, yeah, when I'm filming this, it's like mid-June, so I apologize. I'm like, I am just not in the right state of mind. Okay. I'm going to use Groovy Potential, which is this lighter purple, which has like bits of like pink glitter in it, which I really, really like. Don't want to make my eyes look bruised, but I like blowing my lower lash line, or my lower eye, my under eye, a little more. Just do. Alright, I'm going to take Sexy Dancer to kind of dial this down a little and soften it. So yeah, I've been really busy with work. I've been really busy with home, with the new puppy, but it's good for my kids because teaching them, they're fully responsible for my new puppy, which by the way, the name is Bakugo. If you don't know who Bakugo is, that is My Hero Academia. It's a character from My Hero Academia, which my kids actually named him that because I wanted them to name him. I wanted them to be responsible for him so that they learn more responsibility, because now I have a teenager and a 9-year-old, so it's nice to teach them that responsibility. Alright, I'm going to do do I want to do Get Off? Yeah, I'm going to do Get Off under the eye. Yeah, see, this one's more bronzy and not gold. I probably should have done opposite because my lower lash line is much lighter than the top, but that's okay. I'm going to actually... Ooh, I'm going to get Bold Generation, which is this one, and deepen it a little. I feel like this needs to be deepened. Yeah, and anyways, like, I'm going to close this for a minute. I have been just really, really trying to focus on my art again. If you guys want a speed through creation video of a piece, I actually have one in the works right now. And I want to take my time on it. I'm trying to do art based off of my favorite music. So the one I'm working on is actually a Lord of the Lost one. And I wanted it to be my favorite song to start with, which is Raining Stars. So I have it sitting on my desk over there. I'm actually going to reorganize my room here. I don't know when though, because I don't want to like overdo it, you know? I want to be able to have days off where I can relax. Like, I haven't been able to relax because there was 1 week, start of my gift, that I was working really a lot of hours, and I probably won't do that again. But yeah, I had to because of my gift. It's just a step you take when you manage a counter, I guess. My brows are not good right now. I'm actually using Ebony from Anastasia. I just want to make my brows a little thicker today. I've been trying to do a straight brow. If you notice, my brows are shaved on the tails. Okay. So now we're going to continue on. I like the fact that this is looking really nice. I am liking this palette so far, if you're wondering. I'm going to use Shakadelica, which is this bronze shade. I gravitated towards that one because I was like, ooh, that one looks really fun. I love these all over the lid, these kind of colors. So I'm going to actually take that and put it right there on that sharp edge that I created with my concealer, because I don't know, that's just been my staple lately. I mean, I don't know if people like my eyes on this channel and how I do them, but it's comfortable for me. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I do need an inner corner highlight, so we're gonna go ahead and, I apologize if this video is super long. We're gonna go in with Crystal Ball, which is the lighter shade. When I swatched that one, I was like, that is a beautiful shade. Now, I've been so disappointed with Urban Decay lately. I almost wanted to get the Wild West palette, but I just like had a bad experience with Ultraviolet. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Urban Decay. The Kristen Leanne palette was my favorite, but I had to get rid of that one because I shouldn't be putting that one on my eyes. That one's very old. That's like 3 or 4 years old. I don't know. It's been a while. No, that was more than that. I think that one's 4 years old. Or 5. Who knows? But I shouldn't be using it on my eyes. My pomade's kind of dry. This was like a gratis from when I was my stint at Ulta, which was 2 years ago. Alright. Brows are done. I've been doing very minimal brow product. I just want to do a pomade and be done. I haven't even put mascara in because there's hardly any there. Alright, so I'm going to be using, this is my favorite product to use for the face. This is the Trio for, as you can see, I use that a lot. This is a Trio for the Bronze Goddess. If you don't know what Bronze Goddess is from Estee Lauder, you've been living under a rock, my friend. So Bronze Goddess is the bronzer, and they also, this one doesn't smell, but the highlighters do. And I'll use that highlighter today. So I love showcasing, now that I don't have to wear a mask at work, I love showcasing my skin and my skin journey. I will tell my customers my skin journey and say, hey, this is how I got to where I am, this is how we'll adjust you to where you are, because mostly my entire job is skincare and fragrance. But yeah, there is a fragrance of this one, and it has coconut and vanilla and I believe bergamot in there, if I remember correctly. My Estee Lauder school's getting rusty. I need to go back through and refresh my brain. That, and I'm just burnt out because I've had a rough June as far as work goes. Not something bad, but just like a lot of work. So anyways, yeah, I love that one. That one's also my favorite. Okay, I'm going to use a MAC product blush. I have one that's Wild Sunset from Estee Lauder that I had gotten. And I really like that one. I just haven't busted it open yet because now that we're not wearing masks, I want to be very meticulous about refreshing my stash. So I actually need to purge a lot of my stuff that I haven't used in a long time. So actually, this is Petal Power from the Mineralized line. Video on my purse collection, because my purse collection's been growing. It's not a bad thing, it's like actually really good. I got rid of a lot of purses that I just don't use anymore. I got rid of them a long time ago, so I only had like little tiny purses and just generalized purses. Oh, I love the way this smells. So this is the Gelée. So this is the Modern Mercury. It's my Bronze Goddess highlighter. So this is a Gelée. It's very pigmented and very like high shine. I love this stuff. It just makes my skin look so glowy. Like, why? Where were you all my life? Modern Mercury is my favorite because it's like a very pretty, like, cool tone highlighter. It's like almost like a rosy. See that? I use it a lot. And it smells like the perfume Bronze Goddess, which is my favorite perfume as well. I use Youth Dew, I use Cinnabar. Actually, all my... and Magnolia. Magnolia is really good. That's more or less like my staple fragrance, the Magnolia these days, because it's more light. Alright, I'm going to be using the Little Black Primer. I'm going to put lashes on today, and I'll probably do those off camera because I don't typically wear false lashes anymore, so I will do that off camera so that I can at least have a little more concentration, not take up camera time, because I feel like I'm taking up a lot of camera time. So this is a Little Black Primer. I might need another one. So this one preps. It's a black primer, and it actually preps your lashes for mascara, which I put that one on and then I put my lashes. So I'm going to jump off of camera and I'm going to do my lashes. While I was doing my lashes, my puppy woke up. So yeah, now I have Chalupa, who is going to be 15 this year, which sadly she has gone blind. That was really devastating, because I don't want her, I want her to be able to enjoy her last years, and now she's completely blind, so I'm very sad about that. That upset me a lot. Me and my husband have had her for our entire marriage, and for us it's devastating because that's our baby. That's the first, well, not the very first baby, but pretty much the first baby, because our very first baby was when we were dating, and we got a bunny, which sadly he died a month before my daughter was born. So my daughter and my kids never got to meet him. He was, well, they only live about like, I think 9 years, but he only lived for 3, which was sad. Alright, I'm just adding a little more blush right now because I feel like I'm a little pale. Alright, so I put my mascara. My mascara is, I'm just using my Mini Sumptuous just to get by. We're gonna do lips. I'm so excited. I did buy a couple new lipsticks because I did get rid of quite a bit. I thought about, I need to wear some, like really wear, but I really wear my Estee Lauder ones, but I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna use my Lancome Pigeon Blood. I've been wanting to use this one forever. Lancome lipstick smells sweet. Oh. I've been trying to line my lips better. I've been really bad at that. Alright. We're going to go in, and this is a KVD one that got discontinued, Outlaw. Yeah, because I wanted to kind of create a shape. Because I intend not to wear a mask at work. I do practice social distancing. I am fully vaccinated, just FYI. I hate when people just like get on other people's cases about their status and whether you should get vaccinated or not, but I'm just like, I'm just getting vaccinated. I'm not a sheep or whatever, you know. This is getting a little too political, but anyways, I just want to be safe. I just want to be safe because my dad had COVID. And luckily, he was very well taken care of by my stepmom. I thank her every day for that. So, sorry, I have to be very concentrated when I do lipstick. I haven't done this in a while. So these are the Lancome lipsticks. And this is the shade, this is like the Ruby collection, shade Pigeon Blood. I only wanted that because I'm like, I like that name. It's pretty. Alright, we're done. Set it with the professional setting spray. I wish I carried the setting spray for Estee Lauder because I'm curious about that one. I always set it with this one, and then I go through and just add a little moisture to my skin because I am old. Put a little bit of Too Faced on there, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is typically what I use all the time to set my face, or the Too Faced, but the Too Faced one I'm out of this one almost. I have 2 backups, but I always get scared when I run low. But this is the new Double Wear powder that, not new, but this one is pretty much the only setting powder that they have. They do not have these ones anymore. This one I found at TJ Maxx. This is the light medium. This is the double matte, and this is the Double Wear powder. Usually if you are a certain color in Double Wear, which I am buff 2 and 2, I'm pretty much down to nothing in my buff Double Wear foundation. I just wanted to use the Double Wear Max because it's a little bit more hydrating for me, and especially since my skin's trying to get used to being exposed, I want to be able to do that. So, but I usually set it with this guy here, and I love this one. So I'm surprised my nails are going on pretty strong. I'm proud of myself for that. Alright, so anyways, good powder. So I could have used Envious on my lips, but I really like Pigeon Blood because I love how deep it is. What's close to that in Estee Lauder is going to be like Demand, or Envious is more of like a pinky red. Demand is more of like the blue red. So yeah, I like those ones. And I've been wanting to wear my Grande lip gloss. I just found my backup of my clear one, even though I bought a backup of my nude one. So anyways, yeah, so I think I'm going to do a video in the future that's going to be my purse collection. And just maybe like, I don't know, anything else you guys think of, let me know in the comments down below. This is the end of the video. Did I like the Prince palette? Folks, I did like the Prince palette. It's actually really, really good. I love how it blended out. Very simple, and it has everything I need. A brow bone highlight, a freaking crease shade, dark shades, shimmers. It has everything. So I don't like the purple one, but I like the black one for sure. So this one is definitely, yes, you need to pick this up. So props. Round of applause to Urban Decay for finally getting it right. Because those naked palettes, no ma'am, not a fan. Didn't do me any good. So I did not like the ultraviolet at all. It was so bad. But anyways, that's the end of my video. I'm just going to go ahead and put my earrings on while I'm here. And please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry this video is so dang long, but I just wanted... Oh, and these earrings are for Macy's, by the way. I bought these beginning of June because they were on sale. Anyways, but yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Maybe you want me to break down my makeup routine, or we can change it up together, because I feel like that probably needs to be necessary at this point. So anyways, yeah, let me know if you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!